All right, man. I want to welcome back one of the most outspoken artists and creators on the internet. Smart, welcome back, my guy.
Mikey T. Yo, listen. So, I don't know if you've been thinking about this. I don't know if you've been aware of this, but I definitely see you like reaching Joe Rogan's level because you have this um uncanny ability to talk to different people from different walks of life, right? And a lot of people who look like you, they don't really give a fuck about the culture, right? So it's kind of like this culture vulture, weird kind of interrogative, trying to get people caught in indictments, kind of approach to their content creation. But you know, what I mean, you know, you don't have that. I think you're clever. I think you're cunning. I think you're witty. I think this is going to be your true breakout year. I think you just have to like keep pushing it, keep pushing it, and keep creating content in your own way because you got a unique voice and a unique style of doing this here, my man.
Damn, that's lit, man. I do appreciate that. Our first interview, we had some hits, but first, I really wanted to ask you, like, do you feel like today you have to talk about some extra, like, up, controversial stuff just to even get noticed on the internet?
I don't do it for that though. I think my approach is I'm creating digital hieroglyphics, man. Right? And the content that I'm creating is going to be around forever and it's timeless because I'm constantly adding value. I'm all about adding value. I'm not about just being here for today, but being forgotten and gone tomorrow. Right? So I think going into anything, especially content creation or the business of content creation, you shouldn't have an expectation of going viral or getting hits or whatever. How are you adding value? How are you impacting people's lives? Right? And so to answer your question, no, I don't feel I have to talk about anything crazy. I think I just have to talk about what I've been talking about, which is being confident, developing your mindset, how to overcome struggle. I always wanted to be successful. I always wanted to create music, create media, and I wanted to box. I wanted to be in business. And the key to me doing that, I had to really look in the mirror. I had to stop looking out the window and start looking in the mirror and hold myself accountable and make decisions for myself, not for my mother that wasn't around, not for my father that never showed up, not for my family that treated me like a stranger, right? I had to show up for myself. And I'm happy. And being happy is about being in the present moment. And in this present moment, I just finished a carrot and apple juice smoothie. Um, I just left the school talking to a bunch of middle schoolers about their future and how to be successful. And I'm fucking happy, man. Life is about being happy. If if I'm a video, I'm hitting my own like button a million times.
Yeah, man, you were on Math Hoffa show, so you know kind of what I mean. The question always becomes, how are you going to top the next thing? Like, how are you going to top a Jay Hood interview? How are you going to top a Tony Yayo interview? This stuff is hard to top. I've made myself a library of content, and people are going to have to top my content. You know what I mean? It's
Right?
always the thing with artists of topping your last piece of work.
But no, that's if you have a people pleasers mentality, or you may not have confidence, or you don't have low self-esteem, right? Like I got 4 billion views on TikTok, right? I don't even have a TikTok. But I got 4 billion views on TikTok. I got a total of 8 billion views on YouTube. I mean, I'm all over the internet, right? And I never go into nothing thinking like, oh man, I speak from my heart. And I know what my intention is. My intention is to help my people do better. My intention is to help artists who are independent not sell their soul. You don't gotta do no goofy shit. You don't gotta do no weird shit, right? These are my intentions. My intentions is to add value, and I'm happy with that. And when you add value, look, I did a video, right? I did an interview with this lady in Long Island. Shout out to her. We got about 4 million views on this thing, right? And it just was a clip. I didn't go into it expecting nothing. I just went in there to add value. I think right now, what content creators should be focusing and centralizing their efforts around is, how do I add value? Like for you, for instance, how can you create interesting, informative, entertainment content? I'm gonna go back to watch a Cat Williams special because he's funny. I'm gonna go back to watch Kings of Comedy, Bernie Mac, because he's fucking funny. I'm gonna go back and watch this clip from Hercules where Rock played the Hercules and he was chained down to the chopping block and they getting ready to cut his head off. And the guy in the cell is like, which is his friend, he's like, who are you? Are you the myth? Are you the legend? Are you the man who killed the Hydra? Or are you who they say you are? Who are you? He's like, I am Hercules, right? And he breaks out of the chains. I watch that shit. I go back to watch that shit. Why? Because when I'm feeling down, that picks me up. When I feel overwhelmed, that video reminds me of what I overcame. I got a video and I'm talking about, you know, we can't take it with us when we gone, so we got to live life. I know I'm doing wrong, but damn, it feels right. We vibrate on a frequency. Emotions is a magnet. Thoughts manifest. Now you forced to take action, fail or fail faster. Endurance is a test. We only learn when we fall. Every no turns to yes. Take a deep breath. Don't become overwhelmed by the stress. Think about what you overcame. The situation will be next. Life is long. Live it, survive, move on to the next. I made mistakes. I'm a new man, but God gave me a second chance. No fear. I got to go for mine. The top is only for those who climb. So lonely road when you chosen. Never wait to be given roses. Grow your own. Stay focused. Your time is approaching. And treat family and friends the same when it's time to judge. Because you can see through water, but not through blood. What? Right? So that's some shit that's gonna be around longer than fucking Shakespeare. I didn't know when I wrote that shit that way that was gonna do what it did, but it's some fucking super powerful mantra that I created, right? That's gonna be it forever. So I'm saying all that to say this. You gotta add value, Mikey. You gotta add value. I don't give a fuck about who's clicking, who's liking, who's commenting, who's subscribing, unsubscribing, blocking. I'm gonna add value. When you watch me and you listen to me, you're gonna learn something that's gonna make your fucking life better. And that's the mark I'm leaving behind.
I wanted to ask, were you supposed to be on the Math Hoffa My Expert Opinion show, or did the two of you have a falling out?
At this point, I don't remember. I know me and Math always had a great relationship. I mean, I still watch his podcast to this day. I mean, I think what he's done is phenomenal. I think he was able to reinvent himself. I think he was able to do something that most people can only hope to do at the tail end of one part of their career, right? Like few people know how to reinvent themselves in a way that's better than where they reinvented themselves from. And don't get me wrong, he's a legendary battle rapper. He's a phenomenal battle rapper, one of the best, one of the GOATs. So he should be on the Mount Rushmore. You can pretty sure people will argue for him or advocate for him to be there. But the podcast is taking him to another level, and it's going to provide him with a different type of longevity. So shout out to Math Hoffa and my extra opinion.
Yeah, man, you're definitely right about that. I'm one person that would say Math Hoffa was one of my favorite battle rappers. You know what I mean? Back in that early 2010 era. You know what I mean? I got the chance to actually tell him that to his face as well.
Finally, Daddy spending time with me. You know what I mean? That was his, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Math had just got kicked out of battle rap when I first met him. You know, they had just banned him from URL after, punching dude in the face. What was it? The Sirius Jones fight at that point? Is that what got him banned?
Yeah. I think I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know his personal business, but shout out to Sirius Jones too. I mean, he's a great guy, super artist, so he's a legend too as well. I think Math just when he was younger, he wore his heart on his sleeve. So that works for him sometimes, works against him sometimes, but he was able to just like really, really focus his energy in a different, which is like, I admire people to do that because I know how hard it is to do.
I also wanted to ask, what do you think about Math Hoffa removing Bigga Sean from his show?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the details, right? Like, doesn't really, you know. And shout out to Bigga Sean, because Bigga Sean has a show too. He, you know, so you know, sometimes when you push one of the eagles out the nest, they're forced to fly. And Sean is you know, he has spread his wings, and we can see clear as day that he's definitely flying. He's flying above the bullshit. So I don't know the details between, you know, him not being on the show anymore, but I've watched his show too. I'm looking forward to, you know, being on his platform as well. So shout out to you know, Bigga, man.
Yeah, for real. Did you get a chance to build with him whatsoever during the show or outside of the show?
Actually, yeah. Actually, one time we Math had came to pull up on me at my studio session, and I was like 3 in the morning. He came, pulled to my studio session, we vibing, making some records, and that was my first time meeting Bigga. Super gracious, humble spirit, very knowledgeable, very intelligent, definitely God fearing, and we had a real lengthy pause, like great conversation. So he surprised me with his level of awareness and intelligence. So shout out to Big. I definitely had a chance to build with him off camera and off record.
Now, another platform you were on, you know, you were on Bag Fuel. What do you think about Math Hoffa actually removing Esso and Heineken? Or maybe they left. I'm not really all too sure about that. Situation's a little murky. I've seen them both speak on it a few different times. You know, how do you feel about them leaving and going on to create Bag Fuel, which you've been on as well?
I mean, hey, I mean, you know, Bag Fuel's a great you know, great show, great thing they have going on over there. And when those two were with Math, they were like the Avengers, right? Like everybody was a superstar in their own right. So again, I don't know the details between them not being on the show, but I do know that when they was on that show, they did their thing, and now they seem to have transitioned, and they're doing their thing, and Math is still doing his thing.
All right. So Cat Williams, man, I want to ask you, you brought him up a little bit earlier. What do you think about Cat Williams' most recent statements? And, you know, I don't want you to, you know, comment per se on Kevin Hart. You know, this isn't me trying to get you to hate on Kevin Hart. You know, this isn't a whole who do you think is better thing. The reason I'm asking you this is, like, do you believe there are quote unquote Illuminati puppets placed not only in the music industry, but all the other industries?
I don't know, man. I'm not an Illuminati. And I don't want to
Yeah.
be. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know that. I don't know their techniques. I don't know the tactics when it comes to creating you know, industry plants. I do know that Kevin Hart seems, or gives the appearance to have some, you know, someone who works hard. I actually met Kevin Hart a couple years back, and I met him in Times Square, and he had told me he was making a production company, and he gave me his actual business card for the company, right? And I didn't even know. I regret this to this day. I'm like, damn, I should have called. I should have called Kevin, man. But he wasn't as big as he was now then, right? So I don't know what the fuck. I was spaced out. I dropped the ball in that one. But I got a chance to meet him. He seemed very personable, very energetic, very intentional, like very like almost, if you don't know how to properly read his energy, he can almost come across as like intense. But I think he just seemed super focused. He had a game plan. He stuck to it, and he became successful. I definitely think Cat Williams is um, tremendously more funnier than Kevin. I think Cat Williams is just a better comedian. If there's like a grading system, you know, Cat Williams would be a little more advanced, you know, than good old Kev. But I mean, they both work hard, and they've accomplished what few people could only hope to or dream to accomplish.
Well, I would say that Cat Williams had more of a, you know, straight line to the top of the industry than Kevin Hart did. Kevin Hart had to kind of work his way through with some movies that were considered corny at the beginning of his career, whereas Cat Williams kind of you know, he was put in some franchises, you know.
But yeah, but if you look at like unbiasedly, if you look at like a Cat Williams special, and Kevin Hart special, to me, I just see Cat.
Kevin Hart has just transitioned to making blockbuster films.
Yeah. And film comedy versus being on stage comedy is two different things.
So I want you to tell me about the No Labels tour, man. What is the No Labels tour? And let everybody know why they should care about it.
Oh man, I mean, so website is nolabelstour.com, NOLABELSTOUR.com, nolabelstour.com. And I think what I've done groundbreaking with this tour is I've created a recipe for success and a blueprint and a roadmap for success, which content creators, artists, and people in media can follow without having a machine or the backing of a large corporate company or corporation behind them. And the No Labels tour, I'm teaching people how to reprogram their subconscious mind. Like I say all the time, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. And it's so hard now because we're dealing with a lot of oversaturation. It's hard to find real, true information on how to be successful, how to monetize, how to make money off what you're doing. Like what I was telling you earlier, right? Like value, like adding value. How do you find a way to add value to your audience, right? So the tour is about providing the information that people want to come up need in order to be successful. That's why you should tune into the tour, because I'm giving real strategies. Like, for instance, most rappers or most artists, they don't realize that music is not a product. It's just a catalyst, um, for um, a product or service. Music is the commercial for the products you sell or the services you provide. McDonald's has music. I'm loving it. Bop, bop, bop. They have product though, burgers and fries. McDonald's provides a service through commercial real estate because they are franchise. They give you an opportunity to be a franchisee. So when you make music, you got to think about what product can I attach to this song I'm about to create or put out. And then the business of it is you selling that product, selling that service to the person that's listening to that song through that song that they're listening to. So that's why motherfuckers should care about the No Labels tour, because we're showing you how to make it without compromise, without selling your soul, without laughing at people's jokes who are not funny, without somebody playing with your booty, without someone degrading you or telling you you ain't shit, or someone that you have no creative control. So yeah, shit. This tour is very helpful to artists and content creators, and I'm just excited about it.
I wanted to ask you, man, have you ever had a meeting at a label? And if so, what are some of your most memorable moments from meetings, whether they're bad or good?
Um, man, just the energy just the indirect energy that they project or try to project on you, not to say a motherfucking word, not to ask no questions. That's like the energy, right? Like, don't ask no questions, don't ask no questions, don't ask no questions. Just sit there and sign your fucking life away. That's what I can remember. Just people, a lot of nonverbal communication, a lot of nonverbal communication and a lot of tension in the air when you might want to know something that you don't know. So, yeah, that's what I can recollect from that experience.
What did you think about the independent surge with labels like Koch, now renamed E1, and even Empire taking over?
I mean, fuck them all, to be honest with you, right? Like, I'm competitive. These guys are my competitors. So, I'm more focused on growing my knowledge base, doing my due diligence and my understanding. So, I've found that a lot of record labels get their money from banks. And at the end of the day, why would I put myself in the least profitable financial position when I can have the maximum financial position with creative control if I do it on my own. So when I see all these companies, popping up, right? It creates a fire inside of me. It creates a fire, man. I want to compete. I don't look at Ghazi. This is the guy that supposedly owns Empire. I don't look at him like he's doing something that I can't do or he's phenomenal. Man, fuck them all, man. Like I want to compete. I want to make it cool for artists to own and control their art without getting fucking robbed. I mean, this is $1 billion industry. Being a billionaire should be as easy as crossing the street from green to red. You know what I mean? Right? YouTube made over $100 billion in ad revenue. But if it wasn't for the content creators creating content that creates a space where advertisers can advertise and pay for that advertisement, they wouldn't have made that fucking money. So I don't look at Larry Page and Sergey Brin like they're gods. I look at them as they're just extremely overpaid middlemen. And it's time for content creators to get a piece of the pie. Because people shouldn't be making this. It's hard work. You know this. You make content. You consistent at it. It's hard work. You gotta feed the beast. That shit's like a fucking cup that got a hole in the bottom. And anytime you pour water there, and your water's your content. Anytime you pour water in that fucking cup, that shit spill out the fucking bottom. So you gotta learn how to like pour the water in the cup. You gotta pour the water this way. Pause. You gotta pour the water in the cup backwards and to try to drink it. You can't pour that shit in that cup and let it sit there and then think you're gonna pick it up 2 hours later because it's gonna be depleted. You gotta keep making content. Keep making content. So if I'm working like this, I don't know no field where outside of content creation where you can work this hard, work this consistent, and get the minimum fucking payout. It's not right. So when I see these companies emerging, fuck them all, man. I want to know what they know, figure out their infrastructure, figure out who their IPA is, which is intellectual property attorney, figure out how they're making their fucking money and duplicate and clone that shit to the best of my ability so I can make at least a fraction of what they're making. And I'm cool with that.
50 Cent called Koch the graveyard label, when he was dissing Cameron. Do you feel the independent labels are the graveyards for artists like 50 Cent?
I mean, in this business, you pay for what you don't know, and you can only gain what you negotiate for. So there's no such thing as a place being a graveyard. You're dead if you don't have knowledge on the business that you're conducting in. Anything can be a graveyard if you don't have the proper knowledge base to keep your career alive or out of the red.
What were your thoughts on Jim Jones using the label like Koch to his benefit when the world was buzzing about Joel Santana signing with Def Jam?
I mean, Jim is a hustler, Jim is a hustler. He wasn't blessed with lyrical prowess. So he had to work hard. Jim Jones is like the rap version of Patrick Beverly. You know Patrick Beverly? Patrick Beverly plays in the NBA. Great defender. He ain't no LeBron James. He ain't no Michael Jordan, but that motherfucker gonna play some fucking, he's gonna pick up on that defense. So I think Jim Jones doing that was genius because he understood, he accepted the fact where he had chinks in his armor in terms of just like lyrical capability or talent. And he really focused on his hustle and being a hustler. And look how life turns around, because now he actually raps way better than he did when he first came out. Can't deny that.
Did you ever get an opportunity to connect with Jim Jones that you could share?
No. One time Jim Jones had a studio right on the corner of 28th and Broadway. He had a studio, and I met his cousin, or the guy that, you know, works the studio who says he's his cousin. And that was, I mean, that was it. That was my only, that was my only interaction with Jim Jones when he had the studio downtown on Broadway. I had met him, I met him one time.
What do you think about Jim Jones wearing a purple sweater at a fashion show and the internet going crazy, accusing him of being the I word? You know, the one that starts with an I, ends with an I.
Nah, starts with an I.
Ends with an I, rhymes with Cluminati.
Oh. I mean, hey man, what what can I say? What makes Jim Jones what Jim Jones drink doesn't make me pee. And I think I'm more focused on the parallel path that I'm taking. And I think that a lot of times people get caught up in these guys' lifestyle, whether good or bad, is still these guys' lifestyle. So what Jim Jones is doing is maybe I don't know what he's doing, and I can't put a definition or title or associate my opinion on what he's doing. I don't fucking know, right? I don't know, and I can't say I really care. But I think Jim Jones is a phenomenal hustler, and he knows how to adapt. One thing Jim Jones has shown the world during the duration of his career is that he knows how to fucking adapt and find his way. He's a fucking hustler, man. So shout out to Jim for being a fucking hustler, being consistent because it's not fucking easy, even though he makes it look easy. In terms of this I word shit, I hope he's not involved in no fuckery. But if he is, it's not gonna affect what the fuck I got going on. Either way.
Yeah, man. I mean, Cameron had the pink Escalade, the pink fur. So personally, I don't know why the whole internet erupted like that. Times
Right.
changed, I guess.
Yeah. People, you know, I think people look for that, I don't know what you call it, they look for that so-called excitement. You know, they're looking for, you know, they're looking for that. They're looking for that gossip, that tea, whatever it is, right? They're always, you know, searching for it. And they typically find it because they're always searching for it. I don't fucking know. But you know, Jim is a hustler, and one thing, whether you hate him, like him, or love him, cannot take away the fact that that man worked extremely hard to get in the position that he's in today.
Jim Jones had two major artists, Max B and Stack Bundles. What do
Yep.
you think about all the people that say Jim Jones could have got Stack Bundles out of Far Rock?
I can't get my fat ass brother out of Checkers. So again, this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of times people give opinions on shit that they never experienced. Getting someone else to change their own habits, you know how hard that is? You know how hard it is to get another man, grown ass man, to change what he's viewing as right. For you to get him to change that, that's fucking hard as fucking calculus on the moon with a 20-minute air tank and one pencil. It's fucking tough, Mikey. Right? Like it's fucking tough. I got $8, but I can't get my fucking brother to get out of fucking Checkers. It is so I cannot get my brother to do anything without some type of an argument or pushback. This is my fucking brother. So you know how hard it is to get a stranger to maneuver or do things or live a lifestyle you think they should be living because you believe the lifestyle that they're living is gonna put them at jeopardy. It's like shit's hard. So I never bought into that bullshit people talking about, yo, he could have did this for Stack. If Stack was a grown ass man, if Stack didn't want to do what Jim was proposing, And not saying Jim even proposed anything, but if he did, the last final say so is in Stack's hands.
What do you say to the people that say it was Stack Bundles' fault and not Jim Jones because Stack Bundles didn't want to leave Far Rock?
It goes back to what I said earlier. You can't like look. If you see somebody, you go to the gym, right? And you go to the gym and you work out for 2 hours and your body is looking amazing. And you get out, you go to the juice bar up the street to get some juice. And you see this fucking fat 685-pound lard ass fucking whale with legs and kneecaps in the snack section eating honey fucking buns. You're not gonna just get that person to stop doing that. It's a habit. Shit be habits, man. Habits are hard to fucking break. I still struggle with some habits. So imagine trying to get someone to leave a neighborhood they grew up in their whole fucking life. He just couldn't see it. And unfortunately, it cost him his life.
I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the way things played out with Max B and Jim Jones?
Well, I just think it's unfortunate that Max B lost his freedom. I mean, I would love to see him, get released and be able to continue with his music career because he has impacted so many artists you see today, and his sound back then is what's relevant now. Whatever discrepancies him and Jim Jones had, I feel like making money should supersede that, right? I feel like Jim Jones is a hustler. He's learning to be, to be an executive. He's learning to be more of a commander in chief, and he's learning how to, boss up and be the big homie that he was, destined to be. I think Jim Jones, needs to continue growing, and I'm pretty sure he will. And because he has artists now. Shout out to
Dice Peso, Keen Streets.
Shout out to Vampire Life, VL family. So I just feel like it's unfortunate when two brothers have a disagreement, and what's at stake is billions of dollars, right? So I'm hoping that they can let bygones be bygones. They can, they can reconcile for the greater good of profitability, and also for Harlem, because Harlem always sticks together. So I just, I didn't like it. I wish they didn't have a fallout, and I wish Max B was still here, free to wave.
Free Max B, man. Smart. I wanted to ask, do you think that Bird Gang could have been a legendary label? And when I say that, I mean played with the big boys, like the Bad Boys, the Death Rows, the So Defs.
I mean, I still think it's an opportunity for it to be a major impact in music, right? Because the name is still there, the name is still alive, still, Bird Gang is still viable. Mel Matrix, be home sooner than later, and he didn't rat, so there's gonna be a huge fan base waiting for him to return, right? There's a lot of talented artists. Harlem is oversaturated with talent, so it won't be hard to put together these people. I mean, I think Jim Jones is in a hell of a position right now if he can just take a step back and realize that. I mean, you got Dipset, you got Bird Gang, you got Purple City, right? Like they got branches, man. Dipset created like this Harlem Wu-Tang kind of effect. And I think I think Bird Gang is still some money on the table. And I'm hoping, maybe Jim Jones can pick up a couple million by relaunching, Bird Gang the same way he relaunched Vampire Life.
Do you think that Max B crossed a line with Jim Jones that can't be forgiven because he disrespected his wife?
I don't know if he disrespected his wife, and what people I'm not Jim Jones, right? So what Jim Jones is willing to forgive, I will never know because I'm not Jim. And I don't know. I'm not Max B. I never get in a gossip about two men having a disagreement. Because what the fuck I look like, man? Yo, well, I think he should. I don't know, man. I think in general, when we're young and we're making money and we come from nothing, there's a bravado, there's an ego, there's a sense of pride that needs to be in place in order for us to even get to that point in life. But when you get there and you stabilize and you get to the top and you're familiar, you're comfortable with being around money, your patience increases. So Jim is a grown ass fucking man. I definitely believe that Jim would forgive Max B, and Max B is a grown ass man. I think Max B wouldn't mind positioning himself to be forgiven. So yeah.
Since we're on the no labels wave, talking about the no labels tour, I wanted to speak with you about a couple more label topics. Recently, Diddy gave back all the Bad Boy artists the rights to their music. What's your thoughts on Diddy holding on to the rights for so long and now giving it back?
Well, I look at it like having a car rental returning without a full tank. You got the car running off the lot. It was filled with gas to the top, and you drove that shit to Mexico and back, and you giving it back to me, and there's only 2 miles left on the joint. I don't know, man. I feel like every artist should know how to own their art. I think P. Diddy was just doing standard business, and the standard business for record labels is bad business. So I think Diddy, because he was an executive, he did the standard business, which is bad business. And I just feel like he had ample enough time to pay out those artists their just due. And it seemed like he chose not to, based upon the artists having interviews and sounding disgruntled. When it comes to money, though, better late than never. So I hope those artists that now have control over their catalogs and hopefully their publishing, if that's a real thing, then hopefully they're able to get the money that they're supposed to be getting.
It's been said that Biggie was going to leave Diddy's label, the Bad Boy Records. How much do you think that would have hurt Diddy's label? Biggie was arguably the biggest star Bad Boy ever had.
Again, I don't know. That's before my time. I'm a fan of Biggie Smalls. I think he makes phenomenal music. Sky's the Limit is one of my favorite Biggie songs. Sky is the limit, and you know that you can't have what you want, be what you want. Sky is the limit. Woo! What? Man, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. I'm a fan of Biggie, man. And that was before my time. So I don't know what I don't make assumptions, right? If I ain't hear the fart and I ain't in the room and I don't smell it, I ain't gonna say I listen. If I heard the fart, but I don't smell it, I can't tell you how bad it smells, man. If you play me a recording of somebody farting, I ain't gonna sit here and say, man, that shit stink. I don't smell the motherfucking thing, but this good ass YSL clone I spray on my seats every day. But yeah.
It seems Young Buck has to sell his masters, the G Unit recordings that he's done for $750,000, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. How do you feel about that? And why do you think his relationship with 50 Cent turned to beef?
Again, man, it's not my business. I don't know. I don't have the slightest idea. But if he was able to sell his catalog for that amount of money, hopefully, he can create some more catalog. Hopefully he can create a new business, get involved in maybe a real estate, a venture or something. I don't know. But I definitely think if you're able to make some serious money off of your words, that in itself is a blessing. And shout out to Young Buck, man. He's a very, very talented artist. And I don't think the curtain has closed on his career yet. But I don't know what's going on with him with 50. I mean, 50 is obviously, very, very focused on television right now. I think Buck just needs to, recalibrate, hit the reset button, get present, and just do what he do, because he's fucking tremendously talented, man. And shout out to my boy Charlie P. I don't know if him and Buck is still cool, but shout out to Charlie P. If you know, you know. Phenomenal, straight up stand up individual. So yeah.
Charlie P, videographer, Charlie P 1080.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
Mikey T.
my guy. That's my guy.
Okay, Mikey. Okay, yeah. He's a solid dude. I remember when they came in, when they came into New York. I was driving them around, showing them little spots in New York and shit. Charlie's real good dude, man. Yeah, I mean, man, listen, I feel like Young Buck needs to just focus and just make music, make content, because he's talented. You can't when you cut a lane for yourself, you can always find some cookie dough and make some fresh batch of cookies, because you got the cutter, right? So Young Buck is a cut. You know what I'm saying? He's a cut. He created his own his own mold, right? Like he don't think of Young Buck acting like somebody else. He created, you know how hard that is to do, to be an individual in something that is a genre or an industry that is the most oversaturated industry on this planet, for you to stand out. And he's done that. I mean, he just needs to focus and tap into what made him who he was in the fucking beginning now, and he's gonna do very well. Shout out to Young Buck.
Speaking of catalogs, Rick Ross was, dissing Young Buck over this, and he actually offered to buy Lloyd Banks and the whole G Unit catalog for $2 million, basically offering up $500K a piece between Buck, Banks, Yayo, and the G Unit Beg for Mercy album. What do you think about Ross making that offer?
Yeah, I think the bet. Hold on, let me see. I don't know, man. I think that's just trolling and stuff like that, because G Unit sold some records, man. You can't, you can make fun and jokes, but G Unit sold records, man. Hold on, let me just see something real quick. I got a fact check for something real quick.
Yeah, man. The Beg for Mercy album sold more than any Rick Ross or Maybach Music album ever released.
It sold 5.8 copies, 5.8 million copies. Okay, and the $20 CD era. So you got to think, them CDs back in the day, $15, 15 times a million is 15 million.
Beg for Mercy sold 350,000 copies first week, and it was only third or second to Jay-Z's The Black Album.
Check it out. So that one album is worth more than $20 million. You know what I mean? So how can you offer me something that sold, like, it already generated? So I don't know. And again, I think people just, they pick up on comments and they run with it. This is why I don't run with or pocket watch or mind people's business. That album almost went diamond. You can say what you want. That album almost went diamond. Those are real hard album sales, and they can tour that shit right now and sell out arenas. So, and Banks has a platinum album on his belt 2 times. You can say what you want, man. Guys got record sales. So you can say whatever you want, but you could say what you want, but the reality is them shits did numbers. And those were groundbreaking albums. We all know Pop Them Things and shit like that. So shout out to Banks, man. He's one of the greatest lyricists of all time. And shout out to Ross. He's okay lyrically, but he's a fucking hustler. So they all making money. So there's a little bit of gripe and grudge over there between the parties, but they're both successful tremendously on in their own rights.
BG has called out Lil Wayne for a Hot Boys reunion. He said, I know you're like Taylor Swift, that level of fame right now, but come and get this money. Do you think Lil Wayne would do the Hot Boys reunion?
Um, again, I don't listen. Do you think Michael Jordan is gonna eat Honey Nut Cheerios tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking know. Shout out to BG. He has a unique voice. I think BG has like this. His delivery is. Listen, let me tell you something. When you come from the old school, you can always eat in the new school because the new school ain't nothing but a bunch of copy kittens. The old school, you had to be an individual. BG don't sound like nobody. He sounds unique. I think he needs to hit up them fucking producers on YouTube and really lock in with a fucking album and do his own fucking tour. But Hot Boys, they're legendary, man. So it's whatever those guys want to do, man.
Yeah, that's what everybody's talking about right now. The Hot Boys reunion, if it's going to happen or not. Is Lil Wayne too far? You know what I mean? Because Lil Wayne was just doing his own tours.
I think it makes more sense. I think it makes more sense to do maybe a movie and then a soundtrack. I think they should do a Hot Boy movie. I think a movie, because like we everybody wants to see the visual documentation of how these people became successful, right? Like, so I think the Cash Money, like a movie, man, whew, or even a series. I mean, these guys are filmers, and film is the new thing. It's a new business model now. So I don't think none of these people who were friends back in the day should be fighting today. I think they should put their differences aside and get the fucking money, man. Get the fucking money. Mikey T, man, you the next you're the vanilla chocolate version of Joe Rogan, man. Okay? We not sitting here trying to beef with motherfuckers, man. We trying to figure out how to get this 300,000 per episode, man.
I thought it was white chocolate, man. You got everybody calling me white chocolate on the internet now.
Oh,
They played Young Thug's lyrics in court. They actually played the full lifestyle song. What do you think about rappers' songs being used and played in court?
I think artists have to be more responsible now, and they have to understand the new sentencing guidelines, and just understand the game that you're playing in. Understand the repercussions and ramifications of what you're doing. I just think that's horrible, right? Like, I just think it's horrible because here it is, you have police officers that have body cams, and there's visual evidence you can see clear as day, murdering this man unarmed in cold blood, cold murder, and you still can't get a conviction. But you got this young brother in court playing his rap lyrics, trying to solicit evidence off of fucking rap music when you got video footage of police officers murdering people in cold blood, and they can't get a fucking conviction. It's a fucking joke. Free Young Thug too. That's a fucking joke.
Now, man, they're playing the music in court, where he's saying, I'm rich gang, and they're like presenting it as evidence that he's
So
in a
what?
gang.
Nigga to jail. Then. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he should be in fucking jail. Take Arnold Schwarzenegger to jail. Take fucking Chuck Norris to jail. Take Dolph Lundgren to jail. Take Sylvester Stallone to jail. Go dig up John Wayne's bones and put it in the fucking cell. Go take William Shatner to jail. Take Martin Scorsese to jail. Take Al Pacino to jail. Okay? Take fucking Leonardo DiCaprio to fucking jail. Okay? Take Barbara Streisand to fucking jail. Take them all to jail. Okay? Take them to fucking jail. All right? Like, if this is what we're doing, if art is gonna be the thing, like, come on. Rappers lie in their music all the time. They no fucking gang. They just making fucking music trying to get out. And they made it out. And they made music that the label wanted them to make. So why isn't the label brought up on these charges too? Fucking cunts. Why isn't the record label brought up for aiding and abetting? Like, the fuck? Who cut the check? Who financed the music video? Why isn't the record label? Oh, is the record label working with the government? Oh, does the record label have immunity? Oh, I didn't see any A&Rs in there. I didn't see fucking Leo Cohen, his bitch ass in there. Because he the one who did the deal over at 300. for Young Thug, and they put out an album, which he had to wear a dress on the cover. So if you knew these people were committing crimes and they're charged with these crimes that you knew they was committing, and the music is admissible in court as evidence, why is it the person that gave him the money for the budget to shoot the video is not in jail too? Under investigation. It's fucking bullshit. Racism in its prime. Free Young Thug. I'm listen, man. I did a lot of shit to live my lifestyle too. Fuck out of here.
50 Cent and Tony Yayo dissed Ja Rule for being a Jehovah's Witness. Why would something like that get you ridiculed in the hood?
I don't know, man. I believe in God, so I don't fucking know. And all the most toughest people I know in the hood believe in God too as well. And when I went to prison, and I did go to prison, all the killers in prison, they believe in God as well. So I don't know what the fuck that came from, but I don't know, man. Again, 50 and Ja Rule have a different disagreements, man. Anytime there's bullets and blood involved, man, you leave that shit alone. Okay, I'm not here to get in between a lion's teeth and a zebra's ass. Your hand is gonna be collateral damage, Mikey.
So, I mean, Ja Rule got played out in that beef because during the physical altercations, Ja Rule and Murder Inc. were coming out on top. But then when it came to music, everyone just thought the G Unit, diss records were so raw.
I don't know, man. Ja Rule's a platinum selling artist. So people people listen to gossip, but they don't pay attention to truth. Ja Rule sold over 5 million records, man. He's generated over hundreds of millions of dollars. Ja Rule got hits under his belt. One of my favorite Ja Rule songs is "What Would I Be Without My Baby?" Ja got records, man. Like, people, listen, you cannot erase history. And no matter how much you don't like a person or you feel they lost or whatever, you cannot. When people do phenomenal shit, that's the fucking beauty and magic in hip hop, man. When people and they get a hit record, is look at R. Kelly. People said this motherfuckers is still playing R. Kelly. You know what I mean? It's music you can't erase. When people do phenomenal shit, can't erase it, man. Can't erase Ja Rule. Ja Rule is a living fucking legend, and his legacy is etched in fucking stone. So, like it, love it, hate it, or leave it.
So overall, who was the better writer in your opinion? Some people say Ja Rule was the better writer. Some people say 50 crushed him. What's your opinion on that?
Subjective. I don't. Art is subjective. Who am I to judge someone's pen? Who am I to judge someone? It's like you looking at the sky. Oh, look at the bird. I don't like the way his left wing is flapping. Like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I think they're both phenomenal artists, which is true. I think they're both phenomenal writers, which is a fact. I think that they both sold millions of records, which they did, and they both have fan bases in their own right. So shout out to 50 and shout out to Ja.
I want to ask you, man, what did you think about Hassan Campbell being shot in the Bronx River, when he went to his old hood doing a video?
I got no comment on that because that's dangerous, right? Like, when it gets off the internet, listen. I don't, man. I hope he's healthy. Hope he's safe, and I'm glad he got a chance to make it home to his family because, that's what matters. This internet shit, dying over the internet or dying on the internet over the internet, that ain't it, man. So I don't have no outlook on that. I just hope that he stays safe, he stays healthy, and he just keeps getting money and keep it on the internet, man. Keep it WWE. We don't want to see we don't want to see Vince McMahon in the UFC cage. We don't want to see The Rock in the UFC cage. We cool with the if you smell, right? We cool with that, man. Like, that's what I mean. Like, and no matter how real it seems, we still love the entertainment aspect of it. When it starts to get dangerous, it's no longer fun anymore. At least for me. So, but shout out to Hassan Campbell. He has a great platform. I watch his videos all the time. He looks like he goes and he looks like he does that thing. You know what I mean? He's funny, man. He's great at what he does. He's also an innovator too, as well. So can't knock him. But I just hope that he can just keep it on the internet and stay safe, man, because he has a beautiful family.
What do you make of the way that he's connected on the internet? I mean, 5,000 live viewers at the height of his beef with Wack 100. You can't front. It was 18,000 live viewers.
Yeah, man. But motherfucker could be viewing you at your wake too. You know what I mean? So I just think it's in everybody's best interest. And by everybody, I mean the content creators. I think it's in the content creators' best interest just to keep it on the internet, make it entertaining. If you make it raunchy or spicy, but keep it safe. Don't do anything risking your life, your freedom, and your well-being or your mental health just for fucking views. Hell, fucking them. I'm not a crackhead, and YouTube ain't a glass dick. You hear me? Pause.
All right, smart. So I'm going to bring it to a part of the interview. I'm going to give you two choices. I need you to give me one. All right, we're going to kick it off. Big L or Mace?
When you say give you one, what do you mean? Give you one.
Choose one of the options. Big L or Mace?
Can't choose. I can't choose out of Big L and Mace, man. It's a Harlem thing, man. Gotta go next question, Mikey.
Purchase or lease?
I've done both. See, like that is it depends, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like cars appreciate in value. So, most people lease. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what I'm purchasing if it's a car. It depends on what the fucking product is. Purchasing or leasing could be, you got to ask for more context, Mikey. Are we talking about cars? Are we talking about home? What are we talking about?
Hassan Campbell or Doggy Diamonds?
I don't know, man. I've had, I've crossed paths with both of them. I think they're both great people. I can't, be hard for me to, I don't even know either. I don't know neither of those guys enough to even say left or right. You know what I mean?
$1 million worth of game or Drink Champs?
It's kind of tough, man. That's a tough one. They both good. You need more time. Like, $1 million game is more new. Drink Champs, been for right now. I got to go with Drink Champs. But $1 million worth of game is on a come up. But Drink Champs been around, for a while. So I'm gonna edge it to Drink Champs, but give a close second to $1 million worth of game.
All Eyes on Me or Ready to Die?
It's preference, man. I can't answer that question. I got to go back and listen to both albums, man. Yeah, I gotta go back. I think I gotta go back and listen to both albums because I think both of them albums had some heat. You know what I mean? Was that Tupac's first album or no?
Nah, no, that was his first Death Row album.
That's not fair.
Yeah, all right. I know, but it
First
makes
album.
it arguable. It makes it more arguable, in my opinion.
Crazy, yeah, because that was Biggie's first album, man. Pac was already a seasoned chicken by then, seasoned veteran by then, man. I don't know, man. I got to go listen to both albums, man. But Biggie and Pac, they that's like, man.
Good catch. Oh, good catch. Wack 100 or Suge Knight?
Look, I think Suge was a little more different, man. I think Suge. I mean, I think Wack is, great at what he does. I just think Suge had like really, really fucking some serious fucking power, man. I don't know if he was the cause of it, but Suge had a lot of fucking power and influence, man, at the height of his career. I think Wack 100 is great at what he does, but I think Suge is, without a shadow of a doubt, was a fucking force to reckon with, man.
Sativa or indica?
The fuck is that?
It's weed.
I don't smoke, man, so I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay, you don't smoke. All right.
Drugs, Mikey. What? Come on, man. Stay no to drugs, kids.
I'll have to get rid of the next question too. But this one right here, think this one through. Think this next one through. Foot Locker or BJ's?
Hey, yo, pause, man. Whoa, Mikey.
It's a clothing store, man.
All right, Mike, I'm hauling, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, gotta go BJ's, man. BJ's gonna have pause, but I think BJ's gonna have a pause for this whole portion. But I think they're gonna have a better selection. Foot Locker is like generic. Foot Locker ain't even what it used to be no more. Now you go to Foot Locker when you just want to find a pair of workout socks or some shit, man. You know what I mean,
DMX or Tupac?
nah, come on, man. Can't speak on that, man. That's like, once again, you just like Michael Jordan or Kobe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just, you know what I mean? You gotta just be like, nah, man. You can't pick one. It's wrong for to pick even one. They both equally, like they both. That's like Goku and Gohan. Like it's like Goku and Vegeta. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what those things are.
You don't know Mikey, man. You gotta man. You gotta get. You never heard Dragon Ball Z, Mikey?
Nah, I don't watch that. I don't.
You gotta get. Whoa, man. Nah, man. Jack, you never heard. You heard of Goku? Don't try to act like you never heard no Goku, Mikey. Hurry the fuck out of here, Mikey. You lying like a motherfucker, man. You heard.
All right. So, better hype man, Spliff Star or Tony Yayo?
Gotta go Swift on that one.
Rum and Red Bull or just Red Bull?
Just Red Bull. I don't drink.
Okay. All right. I didn't know you don't drink, don't smoke. That's like some early 50 Cent.
Yeah, man. Oh shit.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Gotta go. Wait, you talking about what's like catalog wise?
Overall,
Gotta go Nas, man.
SUV or sedan?
Definitely SUV. What? Definitely SUV. I'm in an SUV right motherfucking now. Definitely SUV, man. Gotta have that sports utility vehicle, man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. We gotta definitely have this motherfucking you know what I'm saying?
HBO or Showtime?
Fuck HBO. Showtime. Showtime gave fighters way more money. Fuck HBO. Definitely Showtime.
Narcos or Power?
Definitely gotta go with Power. 1,000,000% Power. Gotta go with Power. I'm still watching all the fucking the Tommy series is and what the fuck's up with fucking stars, man? They keep dropping this shit when they want to drop it, man. We want to see Power and Raising Kanan once a week, man. Not once whenever.
Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg?
Definitely gotta go Dre. It's a pioneer.
Capone or Noriega?
Yo, people sleep on Capone, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Capone because I know everybody gonna say Norris. I'm gonna say Capone just because, man.
All right.
And Capone a better rapper too.
Salute Capone. Salute Nori.
Yeah, we gotta go Capone because everybody gonna go Nori. I mean, everybody. I wanted to pick Nori, so I'm gonna just say Capone because I mean, he don't never get no shots up at the time.
All right. How about the gangsters? Al Capone or Manuel Noriega? Not the rappers.
I don't know, man. I know they both died, man. So, man, they both ain't make it, man.
Ghostface Killer or Raekwon the Chef?
Raekwon all day. Raekwon all day. Shout out to Raekwon. Raekwon all day. Gotta go Raekwon, man. Ghostface is still Ghostface though, but gotta give it to Ray, man. That Bill for Cupid's Link shit was different, man. Purple tape, I think, some shit like that.
And last but not least, Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer?
Gotta go MC Hammer, man. MC Hammer was a bad dude, man. And he could dance, man. And he was really generous. A lot of people, MC Hammer looked out for a lot of people, man. He looked out for a lot of people, man. He wasn't one of them dudes that didn't show love. He showed a lot of love, so he gonna be blessed for a long fucking time. Shout out to MC Hammer. Can't touch this.